Kitty man, I had a flow. Drip that water, call that boss. You try my squad and they gon' be in cost. You better be prepared to take a loss. I left my enemies dripping, but it ain't sauce. It ain't sauce, no it ain't sauce. Yeah, enemies dripping, but it ain't sauce. It ain't sauce, no it ain't sauce. Yeah, enemies dripping, but it ain't sauce. It ain't sauce, it ain't sauce.
Hello people, it's your boy Arthur Smitty and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm gonna be reviewing A Quiet Place Day 1, which came out yesterday, but I ain't gonna always I ain't gonna always be able to see these movies right on day one. No pun intended. But yeah, I was able to see it today. Had some free time, able to go out, see it today. We try. You gotta try and get these as many reviews as possible and get movies. We gonna miss some. We gonna make some reviews. We gonna make some. We gonna miss some. But things happen. But we was able to go and see this one, and I'm able to review it. So, what do I think about A Quiet Place Day 1? This movie is trash. Nah, I'm playing. This movie is really. Let me turn that off. Sorry, had to fix my fan. This movie is really good. Really, really good. It is amazing. I think everything about in this movie is just pretty good. I don't really have too many. It's just a couple of nitpicks, a couple of small issues that I have. But for the most part, this movie is good. I'm just say this. Spoiler warning. I kinda not really. I mean, since this is day one, you can kind of piece together certain like what would happen, what will happen. But I'm gonna just say spoiler warning if something slips up. So right off the bat, I'm gonna just say the trailer for this movie is very, to me, a little bit misleading, just a little bit. Only because I felt like the trailer made you think that you were going to be watching a movie about the beginning, like the apocalypse, like how the monsters got here, how they were created, how the military is trying to deal with it, the chaos that is ensuing, how people are dealing with it, how people are going to react to this, how are the people that are trying to survive going to react to the people that are panicking and whatnot. Like, you think that's pretty much, at least that's how I felt with when I watched the trailer. Like, I felt like that's what we was going to get. But you don't actually get that. You get more of a self-contained like story about the two main characters. You don't really get that apocalypse, which I think was a little bit disappointing because I kind of wanted to see. I didn't want them to go too deep in the lore. Hold on. This fan. All right. I didn't want them to go too deep into the lore, but I didn't want them to not say anything. The movie doesn't really do anything particularly new. It pretty much does exactly what the other two films did. About, you have your main characters trying to survive and stay quiet while trying to get to their objective, to their main objective. And I don't know. I kind of wish we just got a little bit more with the military and like going into depth with research about what these creatures are here for, what are they doing, just a little bit more into that. But other than that, and what we got is still good. Maybe this movie could have been like something that it could have kind of be like what Star Wars does a little bit, where you have like multiple stories that take place within episodes between episodes 1 and 6, like multiple stories that take place like with Cal Kestis. And this is just one of those stories that take place within that, instead of it being like a day one. Because I think as this being like a day one type of movie, it doesn't really display the day one for me. It's like a couple like quick scenes, and like the big stuff in the trailer is really all you get. Like them big moments, like with the bridge being destroyed, like that's it. Like you don't get anything else apocalyptic with like a big crowd or nothing like that. There is one scene like that, but it's not nothing. it's not nothing like super extraordinary. It's really them. It's just people like kind of walking. As soon as like they hear like the helicopter, like you have the military like tell them that, oh, they can't and this was explained in other movies that they can't swim, they don't like water, and the helicopters are going the opposite direction of where the boats are going to lead the monsters that way, so the people are walking, so the helicopters are leading them north and the people are walking south because that's where the boats are. And then like and then they're all moving and making like slight noises, and then the monsters come down and kill them all. So that's pretty much all you get for like Apocalypse, like little quick, little small moments, but mostly it's just about the two main characters, and with how they, and them trying to get to the objective while trying to stay quiet and not die. I will say one thing: this movie has the most invincible character I have ever seen, ever. And it's not even a human being. It is this cat. If you like cats, you're going to love this movie because there's the main character. Wait, let me see. What's her name? Sam, played by Lupita Young. She's on a roll. Especially with her horror movies. Like she's on a roll. But yeah, Sam, one of the main characters. She has a cat, right? And this cat is so invincible that it doesn't make a sound, it doesn't scratch, it doesn't meow, it doesn't even make a peep. It follows its owner. Like there's a moments in this movie where the cat gets lost like 2 or 3 times. It is somehow in New York City, no doubt, the biggest city ever, one of the biggest cities, and it somehow finds Sam no matter where she goes, no matter how many times she loses her. And this cat gets in the way of the monsters like once or twice, and it doesn't die. And it's just like this cat must be Jesus himself, because I don't know how, but this is the most invincible cat, and this is plot armor for the cat. But yeah, and this isn't like a bad thing. I was just wanted to state that if you like cats, or when you watch this movie, you're going to see that this cat is invincible and is basically Jesus. Like he doesn't die. Yeah, but for the most part, the movie is like good. Like it's not bad at all. I just wish we went more into depth about what's going on, like what's really going on. Because for me, what the movie really boils down to is, especially with the main character, is literally about a cancer patient trying to survive long enough to get pizza. That's really pretty much what it boils down to. And she meets a friend along the way. So yeah, like Sam has cancer, and her whole point at the beginning of the movie just to get pizza. She's like, and because she's gonna die soon because she has cancer. So it's just like, and this isn't bad at all. I mean, it somewhat pays off because the whole purpose of her going to the pizza place is not just to get pizza. It's also, spoiler alert, it's also to see, because she performed at this place with her father, and her father, luckily enough, died before day one. So that's like one of her other reasons for going there, and they used to perform there. And then before she gets there, she meets, let me look at his name, Eric Joseph Quinn, the dude that just got cast as Human Torch. She meets Eric, and he kind of helps her and guides her along the way. They have, the acting in this movie is very good, especially since it's not that much talking. This movie is very silent, and honestly, for me, my theater was kind of loud. I had a lot of people running up and down the steps, and a lot of like crunching of popcorn and sneezing and making noises. So I will honestly advise, but of course, like the music is blasting whenever something does happen or like a jump scare happens. So I would definitely maybe advise watching this movie at home, or watching it with by yourself with headphones, because I feel like that experience would be way better, because in the theater the movie is so silent at times I felt like at moments I was in the movie and I was literally like slowly trying to grab my drink and not make a noise. Like that's how silent it is. Like I felt everything. And the movie is very emotional. Like I almost felt moments where I was about to cry. Like I felt because the movie isn't I don't really feel like this with really any of them because really most of the stuff is just jump scares, but the movie is very sad. Like it feels very in a good way. Like it was just moments that I was like, I would not want to be in this position. I would really not. And the moments with Eric where he has a panic attack because he sees a monster and they're trying to escape it, it just really was suspenseful. Like I felt everything. Like forget what I said about like the whole military thing. Besides that, like this movie, like if this was just like a movie within the series, like this is just somewhere else. I think this movie is perfect. Like it's great. Like it's great. I'm gonna still give the movie its props and its points, but I think the movie is great. But for it just being supposed to be that day one, I wish we got more. And I kind of have a theory. I feel like because these monsters can't go on water, I kind of feel like if the military sets up something to like create sound, because we already know with the girl in the other movie with the girl with the hearing aid, they create a sound to attract the monsters, and then they create the sound that damages the monsters, like because they can't see, they go based off of hearing, damage them, has them all in there. The military could just prop up on water and just shoot them. I couldn't make the gun sound for some reason, but they would just shoot all of them while they're all standing there. I feel like that's what's going to happen somewhat in the third movie. Well, the fourth movie, no doubt. But yeah, I feel like that's what's going to happen. That's kind of my theory because really, that's really the moment you give away that they can't swim, all of your attacks should really just be in the water. Because if anyone like has a gun or like anything on any type of weapon that makes a loud sound on the premises, like they're going to die because it's going to attract like 1,000 of them. So if they're all the military are lined up on the water, they could literally just shoot and kill all of them with ease. And I think that's what's possibly going to happen in that fourth movie. I don't know because that's really that's really like the best solution for it. But I'm gonna just say overall, this movie is good. I'm not gonna say you shouldn't go to the theater and see it, but I'm not gonna say you shouldn't wait. It's kind of to each his own for this movie. I think you're gonna enjoy it regardless. This isn't really a movie I would see again. Not really. I wouldn't really watch. Well, I really wouldn't watch any horror movie again after I watch it, other than like a couple of my favorites. But I wouldn't see it again. Like it was cool. It was alright. Like I wouldn't see it again. The performances are really good. Everyone acting. I felt every emotion, especially with Sam because of how big her eyes are. But like I felt every emotion, even though there was times when they wasn't talking. There was times where there wasn't talking like at all. And the movie kind of ends pretty. It kind of ended how I thought it was going to end. Like the moment, you was like, okay, she has cancer, she's going to die soon. I was like, okay, it pretty much ends. I'm not going to say exactly how it ends. We just know that eventually they leave. But it ends. It ends pretty like how I thought it would end. But it just makes me curious, like how it does give me a little bit of curiosity, but not too much because this movie, once again, at times does feel like we're just doing the same thing. We just basically did this with the other movies, but it still works. But I kind of want, if there is a fourth movie, I kind of want them to spice it up a little bit more now. I want them to do something a little bit different because after a while, if it just becomes main characters stay quiet, try not to die from monsters that can kill you the moment they hear a peep, while main characters try to get to objective, and that's just the same thing each time. after a while, we're gonna kind of be like, okay, that's enough. But yeah, I other than I wish they went more into the apocalyptic and went more into depth about these creatures and what they should do, what they're here for, and why they're here. Because there are moments where it feels like these creatures may be trying to, was it terraform? I think that's the correct word. Trying to take over and maybe make this planet their own. So it would have been nice to kind of go into depth about that just a little bit. But for the movie we got, even though I didn't get that apocalyptic, which the trailer kind of makes you think you're going to get that, even though you don't. For what we got, I think the movie is still great and amazing. It has amazing performances, and the cinematography was actually pretty good, like really good. Other than this one moment of shaky cam, but other than that, it was pretty good. I gotta rate the other movies since I didn't review them. So, the first Quiet Place, I gave that one like a 9 when I saw. I gave that one like a 9. Like a 9. I gave the second one like an 8. Like an 8 out of 10. This one, I'm kind of stuck between a 7 and an 8. I can't really decide. I think I'm gonna go with a 7. The movie is still pretty good and amazing. It's just really that the fact that we didn't really, it's just that I wish we just went a little bit more into that military, like the military. Like we showed more of what the struggle of humanity and how we really went silent and got to that first like Quiet Place, how we got to that. Instead of it just being another self-contained, like a kind of a self-contained story. But the self-contained story that we got was still good. I'm gonna go for 8. I'm gonna go for 8 out of 10. The movie, I still enjoyed it. I still, so I'm gonna go for 8. But that next time you're gonna have to, if I get invested, you're gonna have to amp it up a little bit. You have to amp it up. But yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. So that's my final rating. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.